And a word about the global finance crisis, which is still happening right now. It is happening because the bankers have made a lot of very bad debts with money that doesn't even exist, called derivatives. The world's supply of real money, down here at the bottom, is estimated to be $66 trillion. The bankers' bad bets are estimated to be between $600 trillion and $1.5 quadrillion. And even though this money doesn't exist, this money can make this money disappear. These bets are going bad right now, but they are hidden from view. Governments have changed the rules to hide the bets so we can't see them. The governments are working for the bankers. As the bad debt bubbles burst, money disappears. That's called deflation. So right now, central bankers are printing new money like crazy. They're calling it quantitative easing, and they're saying that we really need it to stimulate the economy. And all this new money printing is being issued as debt to us. And we're told it's to stimulate the economy, but the real reason is to transfer the bad debts from the banks to us. The losses are still being passed on to us under the names of bailouts, stimulus packages, quantitative easing, saving the too big to fail banks, credit easing, currency interventions, and most other banker names. All names that mean more debt to us. The answer to too much debt is always more debt. Every country, every state, every province, every city, every government is now going bankrupt because of too much debt. All from money created from nothing when our governments are supposed to do it for free. I wonder how that happened. In order for the money scam to be pulled over our eyes, the bankers need help from the likes of paid-for politicians, appointed civil servants, the military-industrial complex, mainstream media, multinational corporations, and the bankers' buddies. For example, what does our banker-controlled mainstream media say about all this? Bankers are our saviors. They are the men of the year. Bankers save the world. They really do deserve their bonuses because they are so smart. And what do our banker-owned G20 politicians say we need to do? That we must save our banking system. Now we need austerity measures, like increasing existing taxes and bringing in new taxes, cutting our social programs including education and health care, stealing from our pension plans while increasing the retirement age, keeping us working for more years at lower wages, and finally placing our children and grandchildren in debt and servitude for their future lives. All this austerity for what? To pay bankers the interest payments on paper money that was created out of thin air, on money that was created out of nothing and issued as debt. We desperately need to wake up to the money scam. We are being lied to by virtually all public figures to keep the money scam going. It is time for change. A lot of smart people have been telling us about the money scam for years. Lord Stamp, former director of the Bank of England, said, "The modern banking system manufactures money out of nothing. The process is perhaps the most astounding piece of sleight of hand that was ever invented. Banking was conceived in iniquity and born in sin. Bankers own the earth, take it away from them, but leave them with the power to create credit, and with the stroke of a pen they will create enough money to buy it back again. If you want to be slaves to the bankers and pay the costs of your own slavery, then let the banks create money." And Henry Ford said, "It is well enough that people of the nation do not understand our banking and monetary system, for if they did, I believe there would be a revolution before tomorrow morning." And Founding Father Thomas Jefferson, who said, "I believe that banking institutions are more dangerous to our liberties than standing armies. If the American people ever allow private banks to control the issue of their currency, first by inflation, then by deflation, the banks and corporations that will grow up around them will deprive the people of all property until their children wake up homeless on the continent their fathers conquered." And that is happening right now as the banks repossess record numbers of houses, as over 1 million U.S. school children are homeless on the continent their fathers conquered because private banks are issuing the currency. What needs to happen? Well, again, two of our greatest leaders have told us the answer. President Abraham Lincoln said the government should create, issue, and circulate all the currency and credit needed to satisfy the spending power of the government and the buying power of consumers. And Thomas Jefferson said the issuing power of money should be taken from the banks and restored to the people to whom it properly belongs. The issuing power of money should be taken from the banks and restored to the people to whom it properly belongs. End of story. What can we do to make this change happen? Stop supporting the money scam. A pyramid is held in place by the bottom layer. You and I and all of us are the bottom layers of this pyramid. Without our support, the money scam will collapse. But if we do nothing, if we do not make any change and just go on with our daily lives like we have been, then we continue to support this evil system. We have to stop supporting it. Wake up. Get active. Get political. Remove our money from the banks. Buy gold and silver coins because they cannot be created out of thin air. Get out of debt. Rip up your credit cards. Only vote for politicians who support debt-free money, or better yet, run for office yourself. Wake others and turn off mainstream media to search for the truth while you still can. The truth is going to quickly disappear. And finally, support the abolition of all privately owned central banks owned and controlled by private bankers. The money scam is stealing all the world's wealth while enslaving all the people. Time to wake up and change this. Together, we can bring an end to the money scam, hopefully before it's too late.